Hello guys, welcome back to Movie Room. Benny is here. Today I am explaining a comedy romance movie called The Little Hours. So the movie starts with Sister Fernanda, who is seen walking to church with the donkey. When she arrives at the church, she meets Sister Genova. She asks Fernanda that where was she last night. Fernanda says that she went to catch the donkey who ran away from the church. Then Genova asks that how this donkey runs away daily. Meanwhile, Largo, the gardener passing by there, says good morning to them, but in return, he hears abuses from those sisters. After that, Genova is seen complaining about the donkey to the head sister, Maria. She says that she should be given the responsibility of taking care of the donkey. In the next scene, we see Sister Alessandra, who sits quietly on her bed. She is tired of this church life and wants to live her life outside. The next morning, her father Ilario comes to meet her. He says that he couldn't find a boy for her because the boy's family is asking for a lot of dowry. On this, Alessandra says that if she reduces her donation to the church, then she can save money for the dowry. On this, her father refuses clearly. The next day, all three sisters are passing by taking the knitted clothes. Meanwhile again, the flirt garden Largo comes there. He starts staring at them with his bad intentions. All the three sisters see him and start abusing Largo together. On the other side, Father Tommaso goes to the market for selling needed clothes for sisters. He meets that flourished garden Largo on his way. Largo says that now he will not work in that church because those three sisters have beaten and abused him. On this, Father Tommaso requests him that from now nothing like that will happen. Please don't leave. But by then Largo had been badly humiliated by the sisters. So he runs away from there. In the next scene, we see Lord Bruno, who is having dinner with his wife Francesca. He is telling his wife about his financials. But his wife's attention is on their servant Macedo, who was sitting nearby. Both are flirting with each other. In the night, both are seen talking to each other after spending time on the bed. Francesca says to Macedo that his husband Bruno is useless and he can't do anything. On this, Macedo says that to make you happy, let's make another round. During the second round, Bruno comes into the room suddenly, and before that, he couldn't see who was enjoying with his wife. Macedo, hiding himself, jumps out of the window and runs away. Following him, Lord Bruno comes to the servants' quarters, where Macedo was pretending to sleep. Lord Bruno puts a hand on the chest of all the servants. In this way, he comes to know that who had been running. Macedo's heartbeat is very high. But due to the darkness, Lord Bruno cannot recognize that who is he, therefore he cuts Macedo's ponytail and says that he will get to know that in the morning. As Lord Bruno leaves, Macedo wakes up and cuts the ponytail of all his companions. In the morning, when Lord Bruno comes to punish that deceitful servant, he comes to know that he had been fooled. After some time, Queen Francesca again comes to Macedo to satisfy herself, who was doing his work outside. She starts kissing him standing on the roof. Lord Bruno sees the scene. He orders his soldiers to catch Macedo and bring them to him. To save his life, Macedo runs toward the forest. Running into the jungle, Macedo meets Father Tommaso, who was drunk. His car has overturned and he is trying to save his clothes floating in the lake. Macedo helps Tommaso, being impressed by him. Father Tommaso takes him to the church with him. He advised him on the way that you have to pretend to be deaf and dumb. Otherwise the sisters will disturb you a lot here. The next morning, they both reach the church. Reaching there, Father Tommaso introduces Macedo to Sister Maria. At first she refuses to keep him in the church, but at the request of Tommaso, she gives him the job of the gardener. The next day Macedo is doing his work. Meanwhile, there comes Sister Fernanda pointing a weapon at him. She starts investigating about him. In fact, Fernanda does not know anything about Macedo. Meanwhile, there comes Sister Maria and tells her that he is a new gardener Macedo and he is deaf and dumb.
You can get up now!
On the same night, Fernanda's friend Marta comes to meet her and both of them start drinking in Alessandra's room. After some time, Genova joins them. While drinking wine, all the four start talking about adult stuff. The next morning, Macedo is digging the ground. Meanwhile, Sister Alessandra comes there by talking to Macedo. Alessandra loses herself on herself and starts kissing Macedo openly. Macedo also takes the advantage. Meanwhile, the church bells is ringing and Alessandra leaves. On the other side, Geneva and Fernando are washing the clothes. Meanwhile, Alessandra also comes there. All three starts talking about the last night and say that they enjoyed it a lot. Fernanda asks Alessandra that how did your clothes get so dirty? Alessandra says that I was helping that deaf Macedo and digging. Hearing Genova and Fernanda do not believe their sister because they have never seen Alessandra doing work before. One day Genova sees Fernanda and her friend going towards the forest. She secretly chases them and reaches the forest where both are making belladonna. If you do not know what is belladonna, let me tell. That they believe that belladonna is a leaf and serving this leaf men can be attracted towards them. Marta puts 2 drops of belladonna syrup in Fernanda's eye. Genova hiding in the bush sees all that. After that Fernanda and Marta reach Maceto's room where Maceto is asleep. Then we are shown a hot scene between the 3. Marta and Fernanda are enjoying themselves, and Maceto also joins them without any hesitation. The next morning, Bishop Bartholomew comes to the church, then Marta and Maria both take them for a visit to the church. Taking advantage of the chance, Maceto enters Alessandra's room and starts getting intimate with her. During that moment, an old nun comes in. Seeing that old nun, Maceto utters "Oh no," because of this Alessandra gets very astonished, setting her cloth quickly. She starts helping that old nun and Maceto hides under the bed. Both are lucky that old nun did not see them getting intimate. Maceto is about to run away from there by jumping through the window. Meanwhile Bishop, Tommaso and Maria come into the room. Once again, Maceto hides under the bed, and after they all leave he comes out of there on the other side. Genova also starts making belladonna. She drinks it instead of putting it into her eyes. Because of this, her brain starts getting dizzy. Then Alessandra goes into Maceto's room and asks that why he lied, that he is deaf and dumb. Meanwhile, Genova comes there. Alessandra quickly runs away and hides in a corner. Intoxicated with belladonna, she starts kissing Maceto as she enters the room. Meanwhile, she hears the footsteps of Fernanda. She also quickly runs away and hides in a quarter where she meets Alessandra. Seeing each other, both get surprised. Alessandra and Genova chase her, and they get astonished at what they see in the forest. They see that in the middle of the forest, many witches are dancing around the burning fire. And nearby, there is Maceto tightened with the ropes. Seeing that situation, they both understand that Fernanda and Marta are going to sacrifice Maceto's life. Marta is about to kill Maceto. Meanwhile, Genova reaches there and starts killing those witches. Marta tries to calm down Genova, but intoxicated with drugs, Marta hits her with a nearby stick due to which she faints. After that Alessandra also comes there and stops Fernanda from killing Maceto. During that Maceto also tells the truth that he's not deaf and dumb. Blooded Genova runs toward the church. Now she shouts and gathers everyone. Hearing the noise, Bishop also wakes up. Genova says to Bishop that Fernanda is a witch. Meanwhile Fernanda, Maceto and Alessandra come there. Bishop calls Sister Maria outside, but Father Tommaso also comes out of Maria's room. Everyone's eyes are wide open when they see it. The next morning, Bishop punishes everyone. He makes Father Tommaso a monk and transfer him to another church where only men live. Maceto is handed over to his master Lord Bruno, where he imprisons him. All 3 holy sisters are seen apologizing to one another for their misbehavior. All the 3 are worried about Maceto a lot. On the other side, Maceto is serving his sentence in the jail cell. Meanwhile Lord Bruno comes there. He tells him that he has kept his ex-wife with wild boar and dog. He says that until his mood gets better, he will keep her alive and tells about various tortures with which he will be treated in the coming days. After some time, a turtle comes into the cell. A candle is burning on its back. Actually, the turtle sent by those 3 sisters to divert the attention of soldiers, as soldiers follow that turtle and come out of there. 3 sisters come there and give the clothes of the nun to Maceto to wear and take him out of there. Genova puts a dummy in place of Maceto in the jail. Because of this, soldier think that he is Maceto. All of them run away into the forest like free birds. They are happy. Obviously, they should be, because celebrations are going to be held tonight. Where Maria meets Father Tommaso, who was wandering in the forest. Seeing each other, both become happy. Meanwhile they hear the footsteps of sisters and Maceto. Hearing that, both hide after they all leave. They start laughing seeing each other and start kissing. And the movie end. Thanks you guys for watching. I hope you enjoy the video and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a good day everyone. Bye bye.